Hi, welcome to this Follow the Money tutorial. Today we're going to check out some brand new tools on our redesigned website. We're going to look at new visualization options on the My Legislature tool, as well as the integration of a competitiveness index and a similarity analysis on entity pages. So let's start off with the My Legislature tool. If you go to our homepage, you can find My Legislature. We're going to check out Illinois in the most recent session, 2017. As always with the My Legislature tool, we have our list of lawmakers, committee lists, and legislation that we stream from Legiscan with the most up-to-date information on bills that have been introduced and where they are in the legislature. So today I'm going to scroll down and find a specific bill here. Bill 447. If we click on that bill, we can get some basic information about it. Sponsors, donors to those sponsors, as well as events. So all that is the same as My Legislature as it existed on the older website. But here we're interested in seeing what committee this bill went to. So since it was a labor bill, it was assigned to the Labor and Commerce Committee. We can hop over to our committees, click on Choose a Committee, and find the Labor and Commerce Committee. Now the new visualization option comes in this Industry Analysis tab. If you click on that, you'll get this breakdown. And what it shows you is how much members of this committee have raised from specific sectors versus the average amount raised from members not on the committee. So as you can see, the green are all other lawmakers, blue, all members of the Illinois Labor and Commerce Committee. And so it's kind of interesting to see that members of the Labor and Commerce Committee, on average, receive about $11,000 more than other lawmakers from labor interests. You can dive into that data a little bit more by clicking on the graph. And here we can see a breakdown of those labor contributions. Now, a great deal of that difference comes from general trade unions giving more to the Labor and Commerce Committee. Public sectors unions also give slightly more. And then a small difference in transportation unions. As always, we have our magnifying glasses here. So if you click on one of those, you'll be taken to that specific data. So you can see here what general trade unions have contributed to lawmakers on the Illinois House and Labor and Commerce Committee. Here are the members. And it does default to the last 2 filing years, including this session. So we have 2017 and 2016 only. Now you can change that by going to the edit search criteria. And you can see what members of this committee have gotten all time from general trade unions just by editing that. So that is our new visualization option on the My Legislature tool. It's pretty neat and can be helpful in comparing members of committees versus everyone else and seeing what kind of interests are honing their resources on specific members that might have a little bit more sway over bills that interest them. Next, we're going to go over to an entity page. So here we'll just go to our list of lawmakers. And let's say we are interested in the member representing House District 56, Michelle Mussman. Click on her name, which will take us to her entity page. If we go over to her tab as a candidate, you'll find a couple new tabs that we've added. First, we'll check out that competitiveness index. So this draws on the competitiveness index that we created as a broader tool. And you can check out other tutorials on that on our website. Or if you want to see the tool itself, you can always go to our menu, select tools, and find that competitiveness index. But we've integrated that index onto every candidate's entity page. So with Michelle Mussman, you can now see every race that she's run and whether it's competitive or not. So for instance, she ran in this open seat in 2010, and it was a competitive race. For more information on that race, you can click on the bar, and it will show you her opponent, as well as how much each raised by sector, by type of contributor. So both received a lion's share of their money from non-individuals. The total money raised in state and out of state. And then some other details on the race. So you can see Michelle Mussman won. She's a Democrat. It was an open race. And these are the vote totals. Interestingly, she's actually been in a few close races, competitive races, which can be kind of rare for incumbents. Often they start to pull away from their opponents once they have that incumbency advantage. Although in her 2016 race, you can see here, she was in an uncompetitive race. And so this does default to monetary competitiveness. The other tool on the entity page that we've added is the Similar Candidates option. The Similar Candidates tab draws on donor information to see how similar any two candidates are. And then it lists them by that similarity. So you can see Michelle Mussman is most similar to Deborah O'Keefe Conroy. And they actually have an extremely high number here. This is 1 to 100 out of the index. But really anything over 30 is pretty high. And she's pretty close to a number of Illinois legislators here. Part of that is in Illinois, often non-individual donors are very high donors to candidates and give to a broad number of candidates. And that will lead to similarity between a number of different folks. If you want a little more information on who those donors are that gave to both candidates, you can click on this side-by-side button. And so here you can see every similar donor, as well as how much they gave to Michelle Mussman and Deborah Conroy. This tool takes into account both the number of similar donors, as you can see here, and then the amounts that you saw in the side-by-side analysis. If you're just interested in seeing specific years, we can just see who was similar to Michelle Mussman in 2016, for instance. Again, Deborah Conroy at the top, that similarity gets even higher. We can also just see their similar candidates by individual or non-individuals. So this will only look at non-individual contributors and see what other candidates are similar. So that's a brief tutorial on some of the new tools we have available on our redesigned website, followthemoney.org. If you have any questions about these tools, feel free to give us a call or shoot us an email. We're always here to help. Thanks so much. Have a great day.